Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Dontae Winslow. Good to have an afternoon with you. I'm a trumpet player, arranger, and composer. I'm with my son, my accompanist this evening, Jedi Winslow. I taught him how to play jazz piano. Now he's far surpassed my skills. We love playing together at home. And during this time of COVID, we've been playing a lot on Instagram. My Instagram is at Dontae Winslow. And you can go to my website to find out more information about me, www.dontaewinslow.com. Thank you, Primavera Fund, for having me, and enjoy the music. The first selection is a song I actually wrote for my son entitled My Star. It's for all the kids out there, all the babies out there. We wishing you blessings and safety during this time. And we believe in you. We want you to believe in yourself. I worked 3 jobs to try and feed you. Thank God I didn't abort you, cause I need you. No health insurance, we struggling. It won't be long before we start bubbling. So many blessings, you make me smile. I know the Lord loves you, beautiful black child. Woo, you an angel, so amazing. Sent straight from heaven, your joy is contagious. I wanna be the kind of parent you proud of. You in a house with roaches, I'm balled up, full of tears, can't find my way. Now either I'm gonna make it or die in LA. Now I've been trying 15 years for this dream. And that's a long time, man. I want to give you everything you need. You deserve only the best, you're everything to me. You are my star, my shining star. I'm talking about you. Are my star, my shining star. Now how could I ever think about giving up? Jedediah, God's beloved, better than luck. I've been given favor, repented for my sins and my bad behavior. I used to be the young fool with problem buster tool. Everybody know I'm selling 357. I'm just rebelling, nothing to live for. Problems propelling out of control. Every love I think to see you, my life, my love, the truth is in you. And never be scared to tell it, nothing to fear. Everybody want a leader, they following, yeah. I want to see you stand up. They want to see the black boy fail. I want you to man up, show them that you got the brains to be anything you want to be, everything to me. You, yeah, are my star, my shining star. I'm talking about you, yeah, are my star, my shining star. I sang to him like Zindi, dindi, 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 do. That's just my baby. That's just my baby. Zindi, dindi, 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 do. That's just my baby. I sang into him like Zindi, dindi, 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 and dindi, do. That's just my baby. That's just my baby. In the crib. Diddly, 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 and daddy do. That's just my baby. I play to the babies around the world right here. You are my star. Every kid around the world, we believing in you right now. You are a star at home. Believe in yourself, love yourself, listen to your parents, and be great in everything you do. We're talking about you. Say your prayers at night, keep playing the horn, keep playing the strings, keep believing, praying, thinking, working, trusting in your heart. Your greatness walking manifest. You're walking art, I'm walking art. I'm talking about you. Everybody in the world, let's pray for the kids. Y'all the next generation. My star. I'm talking about you. My star. My star right there. Thank you so much. Anybody in the comments? Hey, Molly said, hey, Jedi.
Hey.
Hello, world. Responding to you there. This next selection is from the record. It's the first song on my album, Walking Art. This one is called Steps. And it's pretty much about changing the world, about sustainability and diversity, and learning how to love each other, not just with tolerance, but with love of community, loving your brother and your neighbor as yourself, thwarting old pathologies like racism, sexism, and ageism, gender discrimination, racial discrimination, any kind of discrimination, because we all are human and we all deserve love. We all deserve freedom of expression, and we all deserve a fair chance at life. And this song speaks to the future mind of what humans can be. Many times we create scientific inventions, but we often can't get past simple things like love, right? So this is called Steps. I'm gonna change the background for y'all. The record cover is called Walking Art. So it looks a little like that. That's the cover. Walking Art everywhere. Let's show them something, Jedi. God, give me the power to feed kids around the world unlock their genius, prevent trafficking girls, unite Christian and Muslim, Hebrews to Hindu. My time's a small window, put haters under my footstool. The least of these, you made me king. Was born and lacked nothing, supplied with everything it took to be great. A whole new generation inspired by what we make. Fly to the moon, but cancer do hate. Prejudice, so racism, classism, ageism, sexism. Judge like we better than the rest of them. Can't stop war, so technologically advanced, so futuristic, mature with thoughts of prehistoric. We can't let go of cowardice, keep the civilians out of it. Punishing women and children, ain't no honor inside of it. Never give up, nah, we never bow down, we never surrender. Feet planted firm in the ground, taking John's step. Nice. Jedi on keys. You can see him on Instagram at Jedi the Genius, at Jedi the Genius, at Dontae Winslow. Follow us on social media. Subscribe to my YouTube, Dontae Winslow, right there. I talk about technology, how to arrange, how to use Logic and Ableton, and how to play live on Clubhouse, a new audio app we perform on weekly. That song was entitled Steps. And his next composition is entitled Trumpet and a Mic. You can see that my video on YouTube as well. This particular song is really emotional for me. It's about me growing up in Baltimore. And it has to do with a lot of kids who walk home and come home with an instrument and struggle and go through the inner city trying to make it, trying to become great, but also trying to hold on to their dreams. And there may be many trappings that might invite you to do bad things, but we want to make sure that we stay focused on our goals. We want to make sure that we, study our lessons, listen to our parents, listen to our mentors or teachers, any guidance counselors you may have, and also practice, have faith, believe in yourself. This song is called Trumpet and a Mic. Before we go on, let's check to see if we have anybody in the chat there. Somebody said, that was beautiful. Thank you, guys. Feel free to post any questions. We'll do a Q&A at the end. After we do the performance, we'll do a Q&A. So feel free to stick around, post any in the YouTube chat right there as well, please. The song starts off with a lush string arrangement that I did, and you'll enjoy that first. Up 6 o'clock in the morning when I ain't even wanna go to school. I forced it. I knew the whack jeans, holy shoes get laughed at. The girls wasn't checking for me, gotta get past that. Lost kings murdering fools like every week. Man, I had to learn to turn the other cheek. What would you tell me to do if I was your son? Do I pick up this horn or do I bust guns? Now I gotta walk down North Avenue. That's where they killed Freddie Gray, you do the math, dude. Plus I gotta be a teacher. I taught myself to survive in the furthest place from God's reach. Out here with the killers and the murderers. Boy, you know you heard of us. We the kids with no lunch money, standing on the corner selling dime bag and ain't nothing funny. Everybody mother getting high. Almost lost my mind when my mother died. Single mothers trying to make a way. And I don't know if I'ma ever see the brighter days. Lock us up and throw away the key. They don't wanna put no money in the inner city. I got the food stamps and the free bus pass. I borrow money all day trying to make it last. Trumpet and a mic. Trumpet and a mic. Trumpet and a mic. Trumpet and a mic. All I had was a trumpet and a mic. All I got is a trumpet and a mic. All I got is a trumpet and a mic. All I got. They asked me how I did it. I'm taking lessons at the Peabody, coming home to some keys in a body bag, that's sad. When a kid gotta see his mom tricking, knocking off dudes so y'all can start eating. Mama, why they turn the lights off? Why none of me and my friends got fathers? Why I gotta keep the door closed? Why the kitchen table pile of cocaine in the arsenal? Why the little girls get touched? Why the skirt come up? Why the family hush? Why the light-skinned kids get treated better? And why we wearing tennis shoes in the cold weather? Why the landlord disrespect you? Talk crazy to your boyfriend you standing right next to. Yellow note on the door, know that the rent's due. My stuff out on the porch, neighbors know what we going through. And all I got is a trumpet and a mic. 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 All I got is a trumpet and a mic. All I got is a trumpet and a mic. All I got is a trumpet and a mic. All I got. Trumpet and a mic. Thank you so much. Ooh, all the fans out there. And the people go, wow. The people go, wow. Thank you so much. That was called Trumpet and a Mic from my latest album. The album is called Walking Art. It's streaming everywhere. Some people have iTunes or Amazon. You can go to Spotify. And also you can go to my website, www.dontaewinslow.com. You can see me composing, arranging, and doing film score composing as well. I'm a versatile musician, and I believe in teaching young people about having multiple streams of income. So I arrange, I produce, I co-write and write songs. I wrote songs on my CD, but I've also performed with so many other great legends. I've toured the world with Queen Latifah, Justin Timberlake, Lady A, D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill, Jill Scott, Kamasi Washington, among others. I've also performed with Roy Hargrove, Wynton Marsalis, Milt Jackson, Yo-Yo Ma, and the Baltimore Symphony, Stevie Wonder. And most recently, I've arranged for Alicia Keys at the Super Bowl with Justin Timberlake, the Super Bowl with J-Lo and Shakira, also the Oscars recently with Eminem. I arranged the orchestral accompaniment for him for that performance. So back to the show, we have a selection I would love to bestow upon you. This is a beautiful song that touches my heart. I first heard it recorded by the great trumpeter Phil Smith, one of my heroes, a man of faith, and a man with a great sound. He recorded this on one of his LPs. This is a George Gershwin composition, an Ira Gershwin, entitled Someone to Watch Over Me. Thank you so much. We like to end our set with a tribute to the great Charlie Parker. Go pick up that album, Walking Art, everywhere. www.dontaewinslow.com.
Charlie Parker was a genius, saxophone player, composer from the 1940s who borrowed from so many composers like Stravinsky, Bach, and Debussy and created his own style of Black American music by being one of the pioneers and archetypes of bebop, which employs fast notes, complicated harmonies with upper extensions, and rhythms that are influenced by the drum, the African drum, fast paced sound that preceded swing music. He's a pioneer and a legend, and this song is entitled Parker's Mood. That was the blues, Parker's Mood right there. Gutter Bucket. All the traditions come from that right there. Every style of music, hip hop, trap, rap, funk, blues, R&B, rock and roll, Appalachian, gospel, spirituals. Everything comes from that form right there, that blues feeling right there, that 1 to 4 chord, that soulful feeling. We call it black art, black American music. It's for everybody. And it started right here in America. Thank you so much for listening, y'all. Please check out Walking Art, www.DontaeWinslow.com. T-shirts will be coming soon. And let's go to the YouTube and see if we have any questions. Make sure you write your questions in the chat. Oh, they're saying thank you. So, claps. Ooh. Thank you so much, Primavera Fund, for having us here. This was amazing. Let's open this thing up. Some questions in the chat and YouTube chat. We'll check that there. Many streams of income, someone said. Talk about that. Yes. When I was a young trumpet player coming up, I didn't feel like a lot of jobs were suitable to me. I wasn't prepared to work really. When I moved to New York, I studied with Roy Hargrove, the great trumpet player. And I don't think my chops, my knowledge of harmony and the language of bebop was prepared. And so while it took me a long time to come into my artistry and touring and the success of recording for other people and arranging, I started learning other side skills on the way. I've always listened to music. I've always wanted to be a composer. My favorite composers are Stravinsky, Shostakovich, Mahler, Bach, Beethoven, Debussy, Prokofiev, Mussorgsky. I listen to them a lot. And I love the orchestration. I love the timbres and the textures they use with instruments. And so when I began to study MIDI and electronics, I began to study scores and how I can implement those sonic textures into contemporary music like R&B and pop and such. And when I started to do that, people started to hire me for their arrangements and their live performances. For example, Coachella with Eminem and Dr. Dre did a live show, 2 hours, and they had to compose orchestration for that whole piece. And so that was one way of getting paid for my musical services. And touring, playing the trumpet, I started playing in R&B bands, playing in nightclubs, making up courses for people. When I moved to LA, I started working with producers. And that's one way of getting into the studio scene in LA, because a lot of producers, they make film music and they make pop songs, they make country songs, and they also can recommend you for tours. So one particular producer, Warren Campbell, who had worked with Clive Davis on Luther's hit song when he came back in 2000. I met with him and he had his own group, Mary, so they had gospel recordings. So I started doing horn arrangements for Warren Campbell. That led to me doing string arrangements, because he's like, hey, can you do strings too? Same as a lot of musicians who work with Michael Jackson. One day a cat might be doing a horn arrangement, and the next day he might be doing a string arrangement. But he also could be playing on a record as well. So working with different producers, if you have a skill or talent, and you're working with different producers, they may hire you to do a different skill set. For example, my son Jedi plays keyboards, but he also programs and makes tracks. He writes and he plays the MIDI moves. So another producer might say, hey, I don't need you to produce a track. Can you play keys, or can you play move bass? And say, all right, come in and play bass. So that's a way of working and getting jobs in the industry. And then a friend of his might say, hey, I'm working on a film. I like your sound. Could you put some of that music you make to my movie? another stream of income, another opportunity to have a career. And many of the great composers, Danny Elfman, Hans Zimmer, I love those guys. And a lot of those musicians, artists slash composers started out in bands. A director saw them. He said, "Hey, I want you to come score this film." And by their own token, they said, "Hey, I don't score films. You don't want me to do that." And they got into the career almost by luck, by happenstance of being at the right place at the right time, being asked by the right director. And it's not like people who come out of school saying, "I want to be a composer," and they write all this music. Do these guys were musicians first in bands. Even John Williams was a jazz musician. And so, a lot of times you could fall upon a career that could be the career, opener for you and be your life journey, based on what you have to offer musically. And each one of you kids out there has something special. I believe that every person has a special gift, and it's our journey to attempt to find what that gift is that lies within our hearts. Sometimes it might be not be the instrument you play right now. You might be a healer, you might be a doctor, a lawyer, you might be a psychiatrist, you might be, a healthcare worker. You never know. And it also might be music. You might be a composer. You might be a composer and an author. You just never know. So it's important for you to always look at the options of what interests you. Follow your passions, follow your heart, follow your gut. Deep in your gut, there's something that keeps pulling you. And something you want to do every day. You wake up and say, "Hey, let me do this," or "Let me listen to this." And normally those are the things you're probably going to be good at. Any more questions? Y'all can put questions in the chat. We're live on YouTube, everyone. Dontae Winslow with my son Jedi. Any questions for him? He's in the young generation. He listens to a lot of music. Last night we listened to Lil Uzi Vert. We listened to Tupac together. We listened to Monk and Duke Ellington. We listen to every style of music, country, jazz, hip hop, bebop, classical music, because there's so much to offer and there's so much to learn from different people's experiences. Every musician is like a composer who has something to say. Typing in the chat, what was you guys' favorite song? Favorite song from the album or favorite song that we performed? I'm curious to know. What? Any more chats here? We got 9 people watching. Where are you 9 people at? Ask me some questions, y'all. Y'all want to hear another song? Type some questions in the chat. Dontae Winslow here live with the Q&A. I can tell you a little bit about what got me interested in playing the trumpet. I grew up in Baltimore City, tough background. And when I was 10 years old, all of the smart kids were in band and the pretty girls, and I wanted to be in that situation. And then one of my friends said, "Hey man, play the trumpet." He said, the trumpet is easy. It only has 3 keys. And I felt like, if I play the trumpet, that'd be easy for me to stay in the band. Next thing you know, it wasn't. Trumpet was physically demanding. It took a lot of time and hours to get a good sound. And so I played in middle school band. I started getting goosebumps. And for me, the goosebumps are the measure. Those are the barometers by which I judge good music. If it gives me goosebumps. Quincy Jones said, if it turns you on, it has a chance of turning someone else on. So if I feel like the goosebumps are on my skin, that means I'm in the right place at the right time. Middle school band, I never forget, we played The Water is Wide, English folk song. And I saw my friends making music together. Just the harmony and the synergy just turned me on. I said, wow, we're all blowing through wind instruments. When I'm making music together, it makes sense. It's cohesive. I'm getting goosebumps. My body is lighting up everywhere. This is an emotional experience. I felt like all the problems of the world just faded away. My loneliness, my pain. I grew up with a single mom. She wasn't there a lot. And I felt like none of that mattered at that moment. And I always wanted to escape to that moment. It's like a magical universe being inside of a musical composition. And so I attended a high school for the arts, performing arts. I started getting private lessons in the Twigs program. Yari Villanueva was my first teacher. And he introduced me to a lot of trumpet players like Maurice Andre and Ole Edvard Antonsen, Håkan Hardenberg, and Wynton Marsalis. I started to listen to classical trumpet players. And in high school, I started listening to jazz trumpet players. I started listening to Woody Shaw and Clifford Brown. Lee Morgan was my favorite. And Miles Davis. Later on, I got into him, started thinking about sound and space. And after a while, I fell in love with playing all styles of the trumpet and listening to it. I was a big listener and I was a late developer. I didn't really feel like I could really handle the trumpet. I mean, we're all still mastering our instruments, but I feel like I'm getting a good grasp of how the instrument works, well into my 30s and into my 40s. I'm at my strongest peak now. Whereas though many players develop in their teens and in their 20s, I feel like I was a late bloomer. I feel like I'm just coming into my stride as a trumpet player. Trumpet in the Mic is a favorite song. Amazing. Trumpet in the Mic is very dear to my heart. Um, Talking about how I composed it, thinking about my life story, first of all, when I heard it was composed by me and my collaborator, Omar Edwards. He plays keyboards for Rihanna, Jay-Z, Alicia Keys. He's the bald head guy with the big beard. You can see him on all of the live recordings on YouTube. And we were composing a song. He sent it to me, and I said, "Man, this is deep. It sounds like a life story song." I started writing to it. When I finished, he said, "Man, I love it." He said, "But I have strings," and he said, "Let's do some live strings." I said, "Sure." I'll just write an arrangement for it. Wrote the arrangement, then got the musicians together. I did it in the DAW, meaning in the digital audio workstation. Printed the sheet music, sent it to musicians. They sent the parts, put them together, and then we did a live video. You can see it on YouTube, Trumpet in the Mic. And in that live video, I had to create a tempo map. You students don't know what that is. That's like creating a metronome. But since the beginning of the piece has metric modulation, which means it changes time signature and changes tempo at the same time, the tempo modulates. And I had to conduct it, put a click inside of the track, play it through a speaker, conduct the live musicians to the video, then go rap it to the video. And the special thing is I had my son, my little baby Messiah. He's 5 years old. In the video, he's looking at me and he's pretending to be me. And I'm an older me talking to a young me, warning about the trappings of life, trying to tell him to be good in school. Don't worry about the problems that you see, to show some affirmation in the face of the great adversities that you'll come upon. And as I've overcome so many obstacles in my life, I was a child who was a victim of abuse, and I was able to keep my mind strong and keep my love of myself intact and keep my sanity. And the trumpet was the catharsis for me. This was the Ebenezer, if you will, that I would always put my hope and trust in. And I'm a man of faith, and I feel like God gave me this instrument, just like I described in the video, and it basically saved my life. Many didn't make it. Many of my peers did not make it. And so I'm so grateful to be where I am. I'm grateful to have a wife, to have children, to be happy and to be sane. I'm grateful to have my health. We're in COVID now. We're in a really rough time in history. And having the gratitude of just joy, peace, and happiness and friends is probably the greatest gift anyone could have. So that song is real special because it talks about what we all go through in life, coming of age, maturation and, matriculation through society, whatever your background, overcoming obstacles and being very real and authentic with yourself, with growth, with sincerity, with positivity, and also being human. You know what I mean? Looking at tough stuff in the face, like, get out my way. That's what Trumpet in the Mic is about. Somebody, "Oh, Molly, I'm so vulnerable in my music. Is that scary?" I would say yes. It is very scary to be vulnerable in music. I think that is the call of any artist. The pledge is kind of like, they say nurses and doctors have a pledge to take care of the sick and be true to it and try not to harm anyone. Officers have a pledge to protect. I think musicians, they have an unofficial pledge to be sincere, to be real with, and real is thrown around. It's a cliche. Okay, keep it real, in hip hop and in everyday lingo. But I mean, in a very real way. I mean, realer than real, meaning, getting in touch with the deepest parts of your humanity, whatever that is for you. And we're all at different levels at different times in our lives. But it's important for us to come to the stage, to the table with our truest form, unadulterated. It's a gift of mine, I feel. And for those who don't have that particular gift of taking away the veil, I think it makes you a greater artist when you can be in touch with your feelings about issues, topics in life. It's not always going to be correct. Just because you're Authentic and sincere doesn't mean you're right. It just means that you are being honest with yourself. If you're wrong, you can grow, you can apologize, you can change. And if you're right, you don't have to use dogma or humiliation to bestow on someone else. It's really about being the best you can be and knowing thyself. Knowing thyself and being true to who you are is the greatest thing an artist can give us. And so when you listen to my music, you listen to my heart, you listen to my feelings, you listen to how my family has influenced me, how the world has influenced me, how the world has hurt me. I'm not scared to share my hurt and my pain. And that's what makes me special. That also helps me to help other kids overcome their obstacles, because children can tell when you're lying. Children are the most honest and pure souls on earth. They come here with wide eyes, ready to believe everything you say. It's the adults who are the evil ones. Adults are the ones who many times poison kids with racism, hurt, and pain and trauma, humiliation. They promote bullying by, treating kids bad and lowering their self-esteem. And, a kid that has low self-esteem and doesn't have self-love hurts other people. And so when the adults can get their stuff together and then influence, mentor, or have kids and be good parents, I think that's when society will change. We have to start with the youngest kid, pre-K to third grade. It's like the magic age where we have to be as best as we can. We're not going to be perfect, but we have to be very good citizens, very good role models for young people if we want to see a better world. That's at every economic, social level and every ethnic background level. That applies to everyone. Trombone phonics, hey, music. Oh, musing on the fact we have an opportunity to reinvent live music a bit as we're able to after the pandemic. Yeah, I can't wait to play live again. Everybody's waiting for that. What's one thing you'd like to see change or improve the next time live music era comes back? That's a good question. I think I like what, now I don't like the death of COVID, but I like what COVID did in terms of allowing us to reflect on humanity. Black Lives Matter became important. Now we're talking about, non-Asian violence. We're talking about women getting paid higher salaries. We're talking about equity in all areas of gender and race, ethnicity, and pay, and even ageism, not capping people out because they're older. All of those kinds of discriminations. We're having these tough conversations, right? I love this Clubhouse app because people are talking about things that they're scared to say at the dinner table in front of their friends. So you talk with strangers and you say, listen, man, I always wanted to know this. People come with the honesty, and other person say, hey, here's the answer. Here, I don't know everything because I don't represent all people, but here are some good clues. And so I love the conversations that we're having, even in the home, in the family that's stuck in the house. Many people have gotten divorced and broken up, but it's brought in families closer, right? Because you're seeing somebody every day, running out of the house for work. Sometimes we run out of the house and we go to our jobs, and that's a way of shielding the issue and hiding what we're really running from, right? Being close to someone and dealing with, hey, I got to speak to you in the morning. I got to be nice to you. I've got to have my eyes on you. I got to check my intentions. I got to be able to apologize and say, I'm sorry. I got to be bright and be able to I love you. I got to be able to express real intention to you. That is tough stuff. That's what I was talking about in steps. We build rocket ships and go to space, but we still kill each other. The tough part about being human is being human, being frail, fragile, recognizing that you are fragile mentally and physically. You're not indestructible. And recognizing you have a gift. You have a gift of emotion and compassion and empathy. That gift is to be used to help other people understand who you are and you to understand them. So the conversations we're having by being confined, like lock the door, everybody shut up, everybody come together, figure things out. It won't change the entire world, but it has made a lot of good strides. I've seen and heard conversations you never would have heard if everybody was partying, drinking liquor, going to clubs, flying on planes, and watching TV mindlessly. And in some ways, societally, I think it was good. So to your question, when it opens back up, I'm hoping that everybody has a great amount of empathy and compassion, a better outlook on life. I'm hoping that everybody treats each other better. I still don't want to shake hands because I never wanted to shake hands even before COVID. I was one of those people that hate shaking hands because people don't wash their hands when they go to the bathroom. I've noticed being on tour for years. So I think that when we come back together, we should not shake hands, but we should still greet each other with great love and eye-to-eye contact. and engage in those tough conversations with love, and be able to um, monetize our music in a way that people will appreciate concerts. They'll just flock. You won't have to say, hey man, come see my show. Oh man, I'm gonna sit home and watch TV. You sat home and watched TV for 2 years in COVID. Come on out. I'm hoping that everything will be, people will be very excited about hearing people play live instruments. You know, the DJ thing is cool. Playing Pro Tools and stuff is cool, but playing an instrument is very special. I'm hoping that people will be excited about music even more than sports. Sports are cool, but sports are continuing now, and it's just the live venues that have 50, 30, and 100,000 people. That's what I'm used to doing at the shows that we tour with, and being able to affect that many people at once. It's a powerful experience, and if people take it for granted, they probably won't ever take it for granted again. Yep, continue with the questions, guys. We got a few more minutes here. They're saying yes. Any more questions? Throw them down in the chat. We got 10 people watching live on the live stream. So while we're waiting for another question, there's a spiritual I love to play, and I'm going to do that for you. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. One of the beautiful melodies I love playing. Here's the album art right here, Walking Art. Go to Dontae Winslow.com, www.dontaewinslow.com. Please check out that record and see the other things I'm doing it into. Oh yes, Trombone said I'm not shaking anyone's hand either. Yeah, man, hands are just crazy. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank great trumpeter Mr. Kenneth Bean for inviting me here. It's been an amazing experience being with you all. So appreciated. Thank you, Primavera Fun. Thank you, Molly, and everyone on the chat. I can't see everybody. Ekaterina, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. And trombone and phonics. All you guys with your great questions. Thank you for having me here, bringing me to Philadelphia. I'm Dontae Winslow again. I'm here hanging out with you guys. You can ask whatever you like. And it's been my pleasure to be here to perform with you and with my son Jedi, who I've been teaching him, and now he's taking flight on his own. He's kind of doing his own music now. I'm so proud of him. We're starting to make records together now. He's actually performing on the CD. He raps on one song called Counting on Me. And that video is on YouTube as well. Yes, I can't wait to come out in person, Kenneth. I cannot wait. Let me give y'all a little bit of Jedi, Counting on Me.
Hey, Dada, sing the song with you and Jedi.
live through my Facebook and my Instagram, sending me DMs, telling me what a great teacher I am. They don't know about the struggle in the music business. They don't know about the evil and demons I witnessed. So when they tell me I'm a perfect role model, I laugh. Although I'm humbled by the sincere sentiment, I bask in the grace, the happiest moments that God gave. I know some of them been through worse, but if He can save me, He cherished them. I gotta make it for every baby on welfare, encourage them. For the ones who walked home through the gangs at night. For my babies who get pushed, who never wanted to fight. Without a dad, you need a man to lead you, who ain't gonna hit your mother in the face and abuse you. I know it's a hell of a lot to go through, but see them old folks sitting on the porch, they counting on you. I survived in the middle streets. Now these little kids wanna be like me. Ain't such a beautiful thing to see. Everybody counting on me. I survived in the ghetto streets. Now these little kids wanna be like me. Hey, such a beautiful thing to see. Yes, everybody counting on me. Talk to him, son.
11 months I had my first job. Looking down from heaven, see my mother work hard, word life. I was in the womb, my dad parking cars at the W. Now I'm in commercials and I'm spitting bars. I see the hard work and I'ma follow. Stay committed to my task, family is the motto. That's what it's like to be a strong black kid. Holla, we don't play the N-word, still making dollars. Son of a king, God looking at me, trying to be like him. Always keep your head up when times get tough. Be strong like a bison and never give up. Excellence is the attitude, stay respectful and fair. But the AKs are more when the sirens are going. My people keep growing. I do it for the culture, the next generation. For them old folks praying, sitting on the porch waiting. Yeah. I survived in the middle streets. Now these little kids won't be like me. I survived. Such a beautiful thing to see. Everybody counting on me, counting on. I survived in the ghetto streets. Now these little kids wanna be like me. Yeah. Such a beautiful thing to see.
Counting on me. That was featuring Jedi. He was 13 when we did that. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Love you, Dontae Winslow. Go to my website, www.dontaewinslow.com. Get the new album, Walking Art. I'm independent. I would love your support. Put it on your Instagram. Put up your favorite song. Dance to it in the house. Allow me to repost it. Do fun stuff with the music. Share it with your friends. It's positive. It's uplifting. And it's all about art. It's all about art, art, art. Being expressive, being authentic, being positive, and changing the world through our positive frequencies. High vibrations is what I'm focused on.